As I hope you know by now, moving your body and performing a daily exercise routine is one of the best things you can do to manage your lymphedema. Here are 5 of my favorite upper body exercises that you can do in the comfort of your home. We're going to start with diaphragm breathing. This increases the movement of fluid within our central system, increases lymphatic flow throughout the body, and helps us get ready for a good workout. So, lay down. One hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, and breathe in, filling your belly with air. And exhale, emptying all of the air from your midsection. Now again, breathe in, fill your belly with air, and go slowly and really feel your lower ribs expanding as well. And exhale. And one last deep diaphragm breath to really get that lymph flowing. Now this next exercise, you're going to turn on your side with your swollen or affected arm on the top. This is a great exercise to improve the mobility of the front of our chest wall, including stretching out some of those tight muscles. The only contraindication to this is be careful how much you rotate if you have any spinal metastases in your upper vertebrae, within your rib cage, or in your sternum or breastbone. You're going to clasp your hands behind your head, staying on the pillow, and you're going to open up your upper body and stretch this elbow back. Now, if you have no restrictions and no metastases in your spine, rib cage, or sternum, I encourage you to try and rotate your upper body, looking up towards the ceiling as you move with your arm. You're really going to get a nice stretch of that chest wall and stimulate some of those deep lymph nodes within your chest wall. And then come back together and open up again. We're going to do 10 of these. This is 2, 3, 4. This feels particularly good if you are rounded, have some postural issues, sit in front of a computer all day, anything that keeps your posture in that forward position, this is going to feel great. And last 2. I think if I counted to 10 correctly, and great. You've done 10 of those chest openers. Now you're going to sit up. Nice, tall posture. Exercise number 3. We're encouraging our upper back muscles to work. Remember, if you have lymphedema of your arm or upper quarter, that could include the muscles surrounding your shoulder blade. It's really important to keep them strong for your posture, but we also want to keep them moving to promote lymphatic flow out of that upper back area. So sitting up nice and tall, you're going to bring your arms into what we call the W position. And as you can see why we call it that, my arms are bent a little bit apart from my body, making the letter W. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to move a little bit forward so my feet are completely flat on the floor. This keeps my back straight without being too arched. I'm going to pull my belly button in just a little bit to support my low back, and I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together, bringing my elbows together, and then keeping my shoulders down, I'm going to reach up towards the ceiling and bring back into that squeeze position and reach up. That's 2, 3, 4. If you're doing this correctly, you're going to feel those muscles between your shoulder blades. You're also going to feel your upper shoulders working as you raise all the way up above your head. Now this is number 6. If you don't have full range of motion, you only want to lift as much as you can before your arm or shoulder starts to do something funky. And squeeze 8, squeeze 9, and reach up, and squeeze 10, reach up. Now, exercise number 4. We're going to keep going with incorporating movements of all of the joints in our upper arm from our shoulder, our elbow, and our hand. I'm going to use a small 2-pound weight. If you're just getting started, do not use a weight. And if you would like to progress, start with a 1 and slowly add weight until you're at a point where you're getting a great workout, but still keeping your good form. So I'm going to start with my arm on the outside of my opposite knee with my back of my hand facing out, so facing you. And as I lift up overhead, my palm is now facing you. So I'm doing a diagonal movement. 3, 4, 5, 6. As I'm doing this, I'm realizing I changed affected arms. Make sure you're always working the affected arm. 8, 9, and 10. And on that note, it's always a good idea to exercise both arms. It's important to keep everything nice and strong and stable. If you're doing this, you could, in fact, do both arms at the same time, but it's also a good idea to focus on one arm at a time if you're worried about your posture or your form at all. And the very last exercise in my list of top 5 exercises is on our hands and knees. So get on a surface where you can get on all fours, so my knees and then my hands. Now you're going to pull your belly button in just a little bit so that your back doesn't sink or arch too much. You want to keep a nice flat back. You should be looking just a couple inches in front of your body in order to keep a nice straight posture. I'm actually going to move this pillow out of the way. And what you're going to do now is alternating arm lifts. So keeping your back nice and flat and stable. You're not too pushed up and you're not sinking down at your shoulders. You're going to hold and reach straight out in front of you. And as you're alternating arms and lifting up and down, you're trying to keep your back nice and flat and straight. This time you do want to move both arms because one arm is working one way as it lifts and it's working another way as it stabilizes your body when you move the other arm. So a few more until you get to 10 reps on each arm. As with any exercise, if you feel pain, if you feel like you've done enough, just stop when you feel like it's time to rest. You can always add more as you continue to get stronger. You can add sets, you can add reps down the road. The most important thing is form and keeping moving. I hope this has been helpful. My name is Lisa Sylvestri. I'm a physical therapist and a certified lymphedema therapist, and my goal is to make us all lymph smart.